Welcome, family, and thanks for joining me for another spoiler review of Power Season 4, Episode 7. You lied to my face. I thought you loved me. Ghost and Tyreek is on the train, heading home. Alright, so behind them is a poster saying, "Keep your eyes open, New York, for suspicious activity." And people are cutting their eyes at them. Ghost feels, you know how you feel somebody looking at you. Ghost feels the eyes on him, so he starts looking around. People, they bobbing their head low. They don't make no eye contact with Ghost. And he sees a father and son with a basketball. Something that he should be doing, taking his son out to play basketball, doing some kind of bonding activity. Instead, he saved his son from being kidnapped. And his son witnessed a murder, and his son found out some truth that they wanted to leave buried. And how's he going to deal with that? Alright, so Ghost hits up Tommy on the train. Tommy is at the re-up spot, and he learns that Kanan and Ghost just robbed him. And so now he knows that Kanan is alive. Tommy gets Ghost's call. Ghost says, "Yo, it's about Tyreek." He agrees to meet Ghost. He goes to meet Ghost and Tyreek. Picks them up. Tyreek gives him a hug. Tyreek still looking non-emotional. Gets in the car. They talking about Kanan had access to Tyreek, and Tyreek's been lying. And they mentioned Dre and Kanan a little bit. Ghost finds out that what's been going on with his family since he was incarcerated, and that Kanan has had access to Tyreek. Alright, so Tommy drops them off at their house. So they get back home. They come in the house, and Tasha's like, "Where have y'all been? Where have you been? I want to know from you, not you." And your boy give you what you're looking for. He said, "You lied to me about Sean." All disrespectful and aggressive, like he's about to hit her or something if Ghost wasn't there. So he goes off, and Ghost tells Tasha, he says, "Look, Slim was Kanan." And she's stunned. He take her in the closet so they could talk. And he lets her know, "You dropped the ball." And she was like, "Drop the ball?" She's like, "Angela, your bell, the good wife routine." Look here, family. Anybody that switches the subject, when you talking about something serious about you and your family, don't respect you or your feelings. The best thing to do is leave him alone. But he's married with 3 kids, so he should try to work it out. But not too many chances. Alright, so she kicking that. And Angela, really, what did you have to, Tasha, what did you really have to do? Angela, he's in jail, so they ain't doing nothing. The bail money, that came up right away, and he was denied. And after he was denied, all that did was put millions of dollars in your pocket. And the good wife, what you do? Go to court 3 times, 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 visits? Come on now. You dropped the ball like he said. So they arguing, and she like, "If you would have killed Kanan, like I told you," and then the baby girl's at the door. She's like, "Is Dad in there?" And you see Ghost's whole face change. And little Ghost, I'm going to call little Ghost. Little Ghost come in, he gives her a hug, and she let him know, like, "Look, they called downstairs and said somebody coming up to see Dad." And I just find this kind of strange. Like, this building let everybody up. Only time I see him not let somebody up was Ghost. And he the one paying the bills when him and Tasha was going to do their little thing. But everybody else come up, and this elevator opens right up into their unit. It's kind of crazy to me. I would get a new doorman and talk to building management about this. But it's Simon. Simon lets them know they need to do an interview. So we got an interview coming up with the family. Alright, so I just want to talk a little briefly about Mike. Mike is still paranoid because Mike actually did this murder. Until this murder is clear, he is still vulnerable. So Mike thinking like, man, James St. Patrick got off. Only if I had another black guy. Wait a minute. Donovan's black. He did it. So they tell John. Mike and Sack tell John. John not really feeling it, but he'll look into it anyway. Later on this episode, Mike got a silencer on his gun, and he's going up to Donovan's apartment. Knocks on the door. His daughter answers it. He's surprised. Tells his daughter, no, don't tell Dad I was here. And he walks off. Anytime somebody knock on your door like that, kids, always tell your parents who was there. Now, you going to tell the person, yeah, I ain't going to tell because you want a smooth exchange. But as soon as that door closed, yo, someone was at the door. Don't forget that. And Mike does not know that Angela's place, where Donovan is, Donovan, Angela, and Sack got the videotape, and they looking at Mike go up the steps. Mike was the only person headed towards James St. Patrick's office before the cameras was turned out and before Donovan entered the room. So it's a high probability, or likelihood, that Mike planted that gun. Alright, so after Tommy dropped off Ghost. Dre hits him up to meet. So he meets Dre at this warehouse. And Dre tells him, look, I ain't hear from Julio in 24 hours. That's his car right there. He came here to meet a new Primera. And Tommy like, a new Primera? Who? And Dre don't know. So they go in, Dre turn the lights on. There goes Julio dead. Tommy runs over, sees his neck, the tattoos cut off his neck, so you know that 718 gang did it. So he like, they disrespecting my name, my organization. They disrespecting Ghost. He wants revenge. All he's seeing is red. So Dre like, yo, since that vacancy is there, boss, what about me, boss? Tommy's like, all right, you got the job. I want to meet that 718 gang. So Dre make arrangements for Tommy to meet 718 gang, and they try to pass off this newbie killed Julio. So Tommy ain't feeling that. But they give Tommy the opportunity to murder this guy. Tommy ain't gonna pass up on that. Bow! And he puts the gun to 718 head leader, and he says, look here, you broke my treaty. I want my territory back. And he's like, yo, I can't do that. I gotta talk to the people up top. So Tommy like, yo, talk to him. Because either you make the arrangement or I kill you and then they come looking for me. Either way, we going to talk. The only question is, are you going to be there? So, 718 gang leader makes the arrangement for Tommy to meet with the Hernandez cartel. So, they meet with the Hernandez cartel and Tommy just blurts out that he killed Lobos and they owed him twice. I mean, you're talking a little too much now, Tommy. A little too much in front of everybody. So Dre hears this, and Dre like, I ain't know that. All right, let me put that card in my back pocket, use it for later. I don't know how yet, but I'm going to use it later. And also, he tells the gang, look here, since y'all owe me twice, I want the territory back. I want 6 new corners from the gang, and I also want access to your peers in California. And they're like, whoa, Hernandez family, like, oh, did the boys in Chicago put you up to this? And he's like, nah, but they did tell me to expand, though. Talking too much again, Tommy. The easiest thing for them to do would be to kill you, and Dre might want to be their new distro. They do have an opening because they did kill the distro this episode. Alright. So that's what happened with Tommy. Now I'm going to talk about Tariq. Tariq he thinks his whole family's a liar. He can't handle the truth they learned about his parents. Instead of him being grateful for the sacrifices that they made for him to be where he's currently at, he's flipping the other way, like a fool. You know, his sister tells him, like, look here. His sister, Little Ghost, is like, look, we can go to Connecticut to another prep school. And he's like, man, I ain't going nowhere. And then she's like, what you gonna do, stay here, cut school, get high, and lie, sneak out? And he's like, I ain't going nowhere. So then she was like, look here, if we got to keep up a good front, because if we don't, Dad can go back to jail. And he was like, I don't care if you go to jail. He's like, look here, dummy, we're going to lose everything. This condo, your games, everything is going to be lost. We ain't going to have no money. Dad is the hustler. So, it goes off there. Another little incident happened with Little Ghost. She was talking to Tasha. Tasha tried to stoneball her about what was going on. She let her know, look, what about this Kanan? What about you and Dad fighting? Where was Tariq at? And Tasha kind of hesitated. And she tells her, look, I'm waiting. Little Ghost doing her thing. I would have liked to see differently. I would like to see Little Ghost kidnapped, not Tariq. Because Ghost, you could have turned up the intensity level by 10. Man, somebody kidnap your baby girl, everybody got to go. Everybody. Alright. Well, anyway. So we go to this interview, this rebranding, re-imaging of the ghost of the St. Patrick's family. I don't know where Simon got this interviewer from. Crazy. She come right at disrespecting Ghost, his wife, his kids, just don't care. She come, what about your ex-lover? Where's your wedding ring at? You wasn't innocent. They just dropped the charges. But Ghost did not act like the angry black man. He did a good job, stayed cool, as ghosts do. So, he answered those questions, and they moved right on to Ghost. I'm going to talk about Silver and Tasha. I'm getting about sick of Tasha. I don't know what's wrong with Tasha. She sleep with the driver. She sleeps with your husband's lawyer. Like, you starting to look like a regular old hoe. I don't know what's wrong with you, girl. Get yourself together. And Silver, whatever come your way, you got it coming. Whatever. You know, things that you know, so you can't play dumb, is that you represented James St. Patrick in court for killing an FBI agent. You know this is his wife. You know he owns 3 clubs and got stuff around about him holding down with drugs. You know his best friend is a psychopath killer and a drug lord. You know they have money. You know they wanted to kill people. You saw how they had Proctor uptight, and you want to sleep with this man. Why? It'd be different if you met her going down the street. But you actually was a lawyer. Whatever come back your way, baby, you deserve it. Because you want to play, they going to play with you. All right. I can't believe it. I know Silver. She got a bad body, and she got a baby face. Nice and chocolate, I understand. But, man, if you thought it was worth the risk, go on, champ. If you want to, if it's worth the risk to you, you can do whatever you want to do. If you could deal with the consequences, you could do whatever. So, all right, Silver. Crazy. Well, anyway, they had this party at Truth, and Simon introduced Ghost to a councilman from Manhattan. They want to do business with him because Manhattan got the most money, so Simon feels good. Ghost meets this guy, Tate, who's another councilman from a black district. Simon doesn't want him to do business with Tate because he feels though he can't control Tate, but Ghost feels as though he wants to get back to his community, and he's feeling good. He's kind of embracing his new position because, again, this gives him an opportunity to be a legit businessman. No gangster stuff. But this guy, Tate, I don't know, it may have just been me. He just seemed suspect. All that moving around and all that, it just like he was on high. Was you high? Did you forget to take your medication? Did you take your medication and alcohol got you a little feeling funny? But you just didn't seem right to me, baby. I don't know. But Ghost is digging him. So Ghost may do some business with Tate. And that way Ghost be feeling that he's giving back to his community. All right. So, meet up with Tommy and Ghost talk later. They talk about how they both messed up. Ghost killed the marshal in prison, and because of that, Tommy has to call Tracy, and Tommy killed the Homeland guy in Proctor's apartment because of the recordings. So, Ghost learns about the recordings and the murders from Tommy, and he asks Tommy, well, where's the body at? And he said, well, Proctor took care of that. He said, well, where's the recordings at? He said, Proctor took care of that. So Ghost is like, man, if Proctor flips on us, we both be going to jail for life. No telling what kind of DNA evidence or where's the body, and no telling what he could do with those recordings. They are too exposed right now. So Ghost agrees to talk to Proctor, and Tommy agrees to make the telephone call. All right, so Tommy calls Tracy later on, and Tracy wants to meet him. And Tommy's like, nah, this ain't about money. I ain't got nothing to do with this. He lets on what we already suspected, that he was Tommy's father. Tommy's still a little suspect. He knows Tommy's mother's name. He knows what she used to do. And he has a thing for redheads. Now Tommy starts watering up at the eyes because now it's starting to make sense. And he still wants to meet Tommy. Tommy doesn't give an answer finally, and the scene goes off. All right, that was this episode. Let me talk about a few things that may occur next episode or in future episodes. One is they planted the seed in Proctor's head that he could possibly be killed by James St. Patrick or Tommy for his involvement. So Proctor's going to do something. I don't know what. He's going to do something. Tommy and Ghost are going to have to get back together because Tommy's organization, from all his running his mouth, is going to be in a bad shape. And also, you move Dre, your new distro, no telling what he's up to. So Ghost is going to be needed. All right. And Tariq, I'm hoping, I haven't seen her yet, but the young girl that gave him some yams, she seemed to have common sense. And you know how them young boys is. He done got some yams from her. Everybody else don't understand them. Nobody likes him. Can't trust nobody but her. So hopefully she gets some common sense in his head. And I would like to see a little bit more of Little Ghost. Hopefully. All right. So that's it, family. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I will see y'all later. Until we meet again. Peace. And I love y'all.